This is WSNS Chicago, your on-TV station, where the best of entertainment is on TV.
The On Deck Show with Harry Carey is brought to you by H&A Insurance. For car, motorcycle, home, or liability insurance, call the people who live up to your expectations.
It's a beautiful evening for baseball. Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Comiskey Park, where the White Sox be trying to make it 2 in a row over the Toronto Blue Jays. Our guest on the pregame show, the manager of the White Sox, Tony La Russa, who got his law degree today right here in Chicago. That's the culmination of many years' hard work, and you had to feel pretty happy and proud.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why it became a very special afternoon, Harry. My folks are visiting from Tampa purely by accident. Bill Veck's the one that arranged. He knew how much I had struggled to get the thing, and he arranged with Judge Maravitz on a free afternoon to have the oath administered by the judge. My folks happened to be here. My wife and baby were there. And I know you know the judge.
Yeah, I know him well. Great guy.
And the way he handled the whole proceeding, it was special anyway. But the way his added touch made it an afternoon I'll never forget. And I was thinking of all those days I stayed till 3 o'clock in the morning and went from September to March with bloodshot eyes all the time. I guess it's all worth it.
You know, the first thing you ought to do now, the first client you get, you ought to make sure that Judge Maravitz hears the case. I think you'd have a lock.
You know, there are a few guys there that work in his office, and he says, I can guarantee you the first motion that you present before me, I'll pass on. And they all raise their eyebrows, he says, as long as it's a motion for continuance. So, Judge, very honorable guy. He's been in the bench over 30 years, and I was very impressed with him. And like I say, it's an honor to be sworn in by a federal judge.
You know, Tony, the big talk in town, of course, is the sale of the Chicago White Sox, which must yet be approved, of course, by the investor. That seems to be just a matter of procedure to Ed DeBartolo Sr. I'm just wondering, does something like this cause as much conversation among the manager, the coaches, and the players as it does among everybody else?
Well, I know that the club had, you know, they read the paper and they hear the rumors that the club was up for sale or their bids being proposed. But I don't think, you know, you can't blame the struggling that we were doing on the field on anybody talking about buying our ball club, because we were struggling before anybody ever talked about buying the club. I would say that maybe today is the first day that, because something actually did happen, that maybe the club might be a little distracted, but heck, we may play better because we're distracted. So there is a lot of conversation, but now that there's something concrete to work on, there's a lot of questions answered, and there's a lot of questions still up in the air.
I would imagine there has to be sort of a optimistic note, though, taking nothing away from Bill Veck, because Bill's a man who pointed this out, that for the success of the organization, a sale was necessary. And when a guy pays $20 million for a property, that means he's got a lot of money to play with.
Well, you know, money doesn't solve everything, and I think sometimes you think that, all right, now if they're willing to spend some money for our ball club, you can go out there and do one thing that's going to make you a winner. And that's not going to be true. You can't go out and buy some free agents and that will solve it all. There's a lot of little bits to the puzzle that you have to fit in. You know, maybe more minor league teams, maybe more minor league instructors, more scouts. But if you have money, you can start plugging in all those little things that added together make you a winner.
That's interesting you should say that, because that's just about what I said a little earlier on the talk show. Tony La Russa is our guest. We'll be back for more following this. Harry Carey back at Comiskey Park. Our guest, the manager of the White Sox, Tony La Russa. Tony, in developing a strong organization, actually, you got to get to the minor league level first, don't you?
Well, yeah, I take my hat off and see there's no reason now to say it unless I mean it to Bill Veck. When he came here in '76, you know, our minor league system was a shambles. And you look at it now, I remember there one article in California came out that ranked our organization in the top 5 of the 26. So that's where the money has been going. We haven't bought free agents. We haven't done this or done that. But I think that the start has been made in that direction, Harry. But I think that with more money, you know, the Yankees have 7 farm clubs. We have 4. You can add some farm clubs. You can add more minor league instructors. You can add more scouts. And every little bit that you add gives you a better chance to win.
Looking back on this season, Tony, which has been really a tough year, and I know it's been a disappointing one to you as it has been everybody else. When did you first feel that this thing was not going to develop like you had hoped in spring training?
That's a tough question because, I mean, I had some grumblings, some feeling uncomfortable about certain parts of the way we were doing things, the way I was doing things. However, the way I feel, a manager is responsible for everything that happens on the field. So I think if our club's where it is today, I think you got to look to the manager first. But all along, I'm always optimistic, and there was a lot of the season to be played. I thought, we can straighten this out, we can straighten that out. So I really can't pinpoint like a day or a series where I said, well, we're really in trouble. And even to this day, I know only because of the way clubs are playing our division can we still, as being 18 under 500, still challenge for third place. That's not really a good point, but it still means to me that if we would play good over the last 40-plus games, we could salvage something from this season and at least show that our club is improving, and that one thing that's been so consistent in our pitching will be the thing that can be surrounded now by other parts of a sound ball club that I still believe the White Sox fans are in for a treat. And even today, I don't care where we are in the standings. If I'm a Chicagoan and I see that Britt Burns is pitching, or Dotson tomorrow, or Trot, I'd pay my dollar to see him, because we got some legitimate major leaguers here, and they're only going to get better.
Do you know Ed DiBartolo?
Never met him. Just heard a lot about him.
Everything you hear about him, of course, is outstanding. The only thing I want to hear from him is that he's going to keep the team in Chicago. That's all.
We were on the East Coast, where most of these, all the talk that was going on about who's bidding and everything, and the DiBartolo name came up first. I had some friends from the East Coast, Boston and New York, who had known of the family as they're involved in football and basketball and hockey. And they were very positive on the kind of operation they run and the commitment they have to winning. So hearing that, I mean, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention then because there was just too many people that were talking about buying the club. But now that we know that that's the group that's going to have us and putting that together, I think, boy, if I'm a White Sox fan, I'd be very happy today.
Tony, thanks so much for being our guest.
Okay, Harry.
And congratulations on being a full-fledged lawyer.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Tony La Russa, the manager of the Chicago White Sox, has been our guest. A beautiful evening for baseball. Britt Burns going for Chicago. Jim Clancy for Toronto. Jimmy's all set now with the starting lineups. Harry Caray down to the field, inviting you to stay with us for exciting Chicago White Sox baseball. So long, everybody. Guests on the pregame show will receive a Baum and Mercier men's dress watch, courtesy of Henry K. Jewelers, who are located at 547 North Michigan Avenue and on the third level of Water Tower Place.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to White Sox baseball. I'm Jimmy Pearsall with Harry Caray at Comiskey Park. This is the second game of a four-game series between the White Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. The White Sox won it last night 5-3. Lamar Hoyt got his fifth win. He's now won 5 and lost 2. Ed Farmer got his 21st save. Morrison came off the bench after a night rest, got 2 for 2 and 3 RBIs. So I think the young man may be started again. The starting lineup for the Blue Jays, Alfredo Griffin will be at shortstop to lead it off. Bob Baylor batting second in right field. Damasco Garcia will be at second base. He'll bat third. Otto Velez, the designated hitter. Doug Alt will be at first base. Roy Howell at third. Dan Age, he'll be in center field. Org will be in left field. Ernie Wyth behind the plate. And Jim Clancy from Chicago, Illinois, St. Rita's High School, will be on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays. For the White Sox, Leo Southern will lead it off and be in center field. Mike Squires bat second. He'll be at first base. Bobby Molinaro looking for his first hit against the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 12 this year against them. He'll be in left field. Lamar Johnson will be the designated hitter batting fourth. Jim Morrison hitting .471 against the Blue Jays. He'll be at second base. Harold Baines in right field. Glenn Borgman behind the plate. At third base, Kevin Bell. Todd Cruz at short. And Brett Burns will be on the mound for the White Sox. I'll be right back to talk about the pitchers right after this message. Warming up for the White Sox, 21-year-old Brett Burns. He's looking to break a personal 5-game losing streak tonight. He's won 10 and lost 12. His ERA is still fine. It's 2.84. He's 6'5", 215. This will be his first start ever against Toronto. This will be his 24th start of the year. He's got 11 completed games. He leads the club in that category. He's also had one shutout. He's pitched 174 innings, and he has struck out 94. He leads the White Sox in both categories there. His last start was against Cleveland. He went 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, 9 hits, and lost it 4-2. But the young man, he can throw it. His fastball about 90 plus, good curve slider, and he has a good changeup. Jim Clancy having a good year after last year having some trouble with a right foot injury. He had it operated on 2 separate times. He's 11-9 on the year with an ERA of 3.28. He also stands 6'5". He's 204. 24 years old, making his 26th start. He's completed 9 games, 2 shutouts. He leads their club in innings pitched with 181, 106 strikeouts, and 94 walks. Last year he was 2-7. Of course, that was caused by the operation on his foot. His last outing, he lost to Kansas City 8-3, but he throws it about 92 plus. Fastball, curveball, everything hard, not much of a changeup. So for the White Sox, it'll be Burns. For the Toronto Blue Jays, it'll be Clancy. And we'll be right back here at Comiskey Park with play-by-play action and Harry Carey right after these messages.
The On Deck Show has been brought to you by H&A Insurance for car, motorcycle, home, or liability insurance. Call the people who live up to your expectations. A TV 44 sports presentation. The Chicago White Sox are brought to you by the following participating advertisers. Schlitz, the master brewer's brew. It's today's Schlitz. Go for it. Chevrolet and your Chevy dealer. With Chevy Chevette and Chevy Citation, nobody sells more small cars than Chevrolet. True Value Hardware Stores. True Value, more than just a name, it's our way of doing business. Commonwealth Edison, providing you the power to grow. The Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Chicago will remind you to have a Coke and a smile and enjoy Chicago White Sox baseball. Interlake Incorporated, a Chicago-based company in metals and material handling, sponsoring White Sox baseball for 8 consecutive years. Rusty Jones and the over 2,500 new car dealers who offer Rusty Jones rust proofing nationwide. Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, Rusty Cars. The Association of Chicagoland McDonald's Restaurants. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. And by Checker Oil. If you want good quality where the price is right, that Checker, it's a gas.
You walk around.
It's a beautiful night for baseball. Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Carey with Jimmy Pearsall from Comiskey Park, where the White Sox be trying to make it 2 in a row over the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, the White Sox have been sold, pending the approval of the investors, to Ed DeBartolo Sr.
Well, Harry, you said it's just the certainty that they will vote it, and it must be an awful lot of money because I know there's some people that were bidding in it. I talked to a couple of guys today that were a little unhappy. They thought they were up there pretty high, so he went up over $20 million, they figured.
Well, let me tell you how I feel about it. I feel this is the luckiest day of my life because the group I was part of did not get it. And that's the way I felt when I heard $20 million.
That's a lot of money. Hey, how about this game tonight? 2 fine young pitchers. Clancy, with a record of 11-9, right here from Chicago, certainly drawing some fans for us here tonight. And then Burns looking to break a personal 5-game losing streak. So we're going to see 2 guys that can really throw it about 90 plus.
It's amazing, though, Jimmy, how so little talk is about the game itself. All through the stands, everywhere, all the hub and the buzz is about the sale of the White Sox and what it's going to mean in the future. One thing about it, you know, as Bill Veeck pointed out, the reason why he felt that it was time to sell was because of the financial structure of the ball club. He found it impossible to do some of the things that he wanted to do because of lack of money. Now you got a fellow who's immensely wealthy And you know, a guy that rich is going to have tremendous pride to be up in the race and not down. So at any rate, this organization is going to have a lot of money to play with.
Harry, did they talk to the new owner, or did he mention the fact they're going to keep the ball club here? Has anybody talked to him?
Well, I would imagine that certainly the American League owners, when they have to approve of them too, and when that time comes, I'm sure the American League is going to make very, very rigid stipulations about that, so that there's no way that anybody can move the team out of Chicago. I'm convinced of that. That was my first fear when I heard the name DeBartolo about 3 weeks ago, you know, when I joined the local group, with the idea of, because they guaranteed, I thought, the best insurance of the club would stay in Chicago. But knowing what's been going on of late, I know that the American League is going to write it out and spell it out in such a way that nobody can ever think of moving it.
I got to agree with you, Harry. And now our national anthem.
Remain standing and join in singing the Star Spangled Banner with Chet Smith of Publix Office Supplies.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we had at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave?
Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall at Comiskey Park. We're ready to play baseball. Britt Burns, who's lost his last 5 or so in a row, hungry for a victory here.
He certainly is, Harry, and of course his dad has been in town. I don't know if he still is, and he's the kind of a kid that just keeps pitching. He's been throwing well all year. I really can't say he's only had one bad game maybe where he didn't pitch well. Other than that, he was in every game. If we ever got 6 runs for him, it'd be something he'd enjoy very much. But tonight he's pitching against a young man like himself who can throw hard. And he's got a better change, I think, than Clancy. But Clancy keeps throwing hard sliders and a fastball.
Well, it's a question of 2 fine young pitchers. One a right-hander, one a left-hander. Joe Brinkman will work the plate tonight. Derwood Merrill is at first. Darrell Cousins at second. Marty Springstead is at third.
getting a little bit cooler.
Oh, just lovely. Clancy is 24 years old, stands 6'5". Britt Burns is 21 years old, stands 6'5". Burns is left-handed, Clancy right-handed. And here's Alfredo Griffin hitting 246. First pitch is low, ball one.
Boy, they play him around to right and shallow. Way off the line and left is Molinaro, as you see in your picture.
Strike call.
Bell at third is playing shallow because he can fly. There's about 4 guys in this league that can really run, and he's one of them, along with Wilson, Washington.
Bouncing ball. Cruz will throw him out. 1 out. That'll bring up Bob Baylor. Chet Smith of Public Office Supplies, we're sponsoring this night, sang our national anthem. And Nate Gold threw out the first ball.
The temperature tonight at game time was 73 degrees, 73.
Yeah, 73 at game
7
time.
miles per hour. 7. Starting time was 7:39. 7:39.
Well, my wife Dutchie celebrating a birthday today. 39 again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dutchie. Happy birthday to you,
dear.
Nice going, Nancy.
Nice going, Nancy.
He got us on key, I think.
Look, she's got something on over there. What does she got on?
What's that? 1 ball, no strikes. Hey, he had a cut. Baylor swung, and he missed. 2 balls and
Stand up, Nancy. Stand up, Nancy. What does it say?
Can't you close in?
It's a Holy Cow Harry Carey T-shirt in brown.
Oh, that's...
Oh.
All the pretty girls are going to wear those Sunday evening on there. When I stuff the ballot box. Line drive going to be caught.
He lost that ball in the lights. He lost it in the lights.
He really struggled on that one.
Yeah, he didn't get a good jump at first, but then when he picked it up, well, this ball is really hit hard. It must have been a breaking ball the way he swung at it. Here you'll see it. Yep, and he rips it. Now, Molinaro goes to his left. It takes a little while getting there, but when he does, watch him flinch. Look like a lollipop.
Jennifer Pusateri is the bat girl tonight.
I'm not going to touch that.
2 men out.
Hi, Dutchie. Happy birthday.
Curveball low. Nice crowd on hand. I'd say about 12 to 15.
Did he buy you a 5-carat ring, honey?
Let's show Jennifer again.
Yeah,
that girl.
There she is. You didn't answer my question, Harry.
I'm glad she's sitting between Herman Schneider and Bobby Winkle.
Winkle's shoes at the back.
Swings and he misses. Damaso, Garcia, mucho calor, mucho frio, muy bien.
Mucho yourself, Harry. You spend mucho money on your lady? You spend mucho money?
3 balls, 1 strike.
Don't answer us, Jake. He's giving me the elbow and he's laughing. You buy her flowers, candy.
I forgot all about it.
You did not.
I did. Line drive down the right field line. He's going to go foul. Up on the board, they welcome the Bell and Howell Optics Division Department.
Well, you know, Harry, Iowa has won 12 of their last 13 games and won a doubleheader from Oklahoma last night, Oklahoma City. So they're playing pretty good ball.
I wish that optics department would make sure that I get the right frame from Mahoney Wilcox. Bouncing ball ought to be easy. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. We're going to the bottom of the first, no score. I can't hear you. Oh, I can't hear you, Mike.
We're back, Harry.
All right, Jim Clancy warming up on the bullpen.
Clancy with a record of 11-9 really had some tough luck last year when he won 2 and lost 7 due to 2 separate operations on his right foot, and he was out most of the season. But this year he is really pitching well. For a last place ball club, he's 11-9 with an ERA of 3.25. He's 6 feet tall, just like Burns, 202 pounds, 24 years old. This will be his 26th start. He's completed 9. He's got 2 shutouts. And he's pitched a lot of innings. He's one of the top pitchers in the league in innings, 181. Fastball, about the same speed as Burns. Not much of a curveball, but a hard slider. He throws everything hard. If he does throw anything slow, it'll be a curveball. So Sutherland will lead it off here now. The White Sox won last night 5-3. Let's see if we can keep it going.
Good well wishes to Jim Clancy's uncle in St. Francis Hospital. Name is Tom Higgins.
Oh,
The looper, foul ball. Leo Sutherland leading it off. Jim Clancy's sisters are here tonight.
I want to have you look at Sutherland's stance. When a guy like Clancy who throws hard and he spreads out so far, it makes him hard for him to get through and be quick. He's got to close his stance if he's going to hit his mustard because he overpower you.
Had a cut and fouled it back.
See what happens, you can't get your hips through.
Cubs are playing in Houston tonight. St. Louis is murdering Atlanta 6-0 in the 5th. San Diego tied at Montreal 1-1 in the 4th. Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 1-0 in the 2nd. Here's the pitch and Sutherland strikes out. The Gurney Little Leaguers are here with their coach Dave Pulaski.
See where Steinbrenner, when they were asking him about all these statements he made, said, I just want to get my players mad.
1 out. Well, he can do that easily.
Well, he didn't get him any hits in the 9th last night.
Here's a bouncing ball. That ought to be easy. Garcia's got it. 2 up, 2 down, and here's Bobby Molinaro.
The Yankees had the bases loaded with nobody out in the 9th inning, the bottom part of the batting order. They didn't score. They were 2 runs down.
Baltimore only a game and a half out now. Speedy recovery wish to Ken Skipta at Palos Community Hospital. Millie Johnson celebrating a birthday here tonight.
Happy birthday, Millie. Super lady.
2 out, nobody on. Bobby Molinaro, the batter. Strike call.
Molinaro is 0 for 12 against Toronto this year. He's looking for his first hit.
Two out, nobody on. High.
That's his change, Harry.
They're here from Batavia, the Alice Chalmers group. There's a strike call. Al Edzia, whose son Gary's in school in Notre Dame, watching game here tonight. He's from Hammond. 2 strikes in the ball. A little bit low.
You know, they try to pitch Molinaro real tight and down.
A busload here from New Lenox. Their 6th annual trip. A high hopper got a chance to beat it out. Whoa, the shortstop can't make the play. Infield hit.
Molinaro finally got that hit. Last night he had 4 balls off the end of the bat. He didn't hit this one too well, but it's a base hit because both the second baseman and the shortstop look like they're going to collide on it. Watch. And now, as he tries to get out of his glove, he drops it.
You'd have had him if he could have thrown. So it's a hit from Molinaro.
Lamar due for a home run.
Boys are here from Sportsman's and Whiting. Tom Piklansky and group. Lamar takes it low. Makes out a strike at the knees, they call it. The Altar Boys are here from St. Joseph Church in Rockdale, sponsored by the Holy Name Society. Ball gets away from the catcher, a wild pitch. Molinaro advances to second base.
You know, I still remember my Latin, Harry. Yeah. Here you see it now.
Whatever happened to Latin?
Well, I went to English.
Boy, remember, you couldn't go to any school without having to take Latin.
A wild pitch.
Yes, Scipiat Dominus Sacrificium, the Mystificatus Tuus Laudamus, you know what? Deum qui letifica
Very well done. A ball and a strike.
Spera Deum Quoniam and Hook Confitable early, all that stuff, Harry.
A little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. Brian Scott and Warren McAvoy are here. Alan Snebb from Home Insurance is here.
Get it on.
There's a drive, right center field. And it gets through for an RBI hit. Here's Lamar trying for third. Second baseman fumbles the ball. There's no play. A triple for Johnson. And the White Sox lead 1-0.
I want to tell you, this ball is really cream. It starts to curve back. Baylor looks like he might have a chance to get it. But as he reaches out, he can't come up with it. Now watch. Just beyond his reach. Bounces off the wall. Molinaro scores. I think Garcia might have had a play, but he drops this ball.
So a runner at third, 2 out, 1 in. Here's Morrison.
Well, I wanted a home run, but I'll take a triple.
Lamar with 63 RBIs now. Catcher trying to locate the ball. Witt having trouble handling Jim Clancy. 1 ball, no strikes. First 2 men were easy out. A scratch hit by Molinaro and a triple to right center by Johnson has accounted for a Chicago run.
Morrison last night got himself a couple of big hits driving in 3 runs.
Cubs got 1 on the first to Houston.
Is that the first game Morrison missed last night? I believe it was.
The first game he had not started yet. Pitch a little low. Morrison with 9 homers, 41 RBI.
Harry, we weren't very close last night in the attendance, so we've got to look a little better tonight.
I think there's more here tonight. He swung at him in. I'll say 16,000.
I'm going to say 15,333.
2 balls and a strike.
Ooh. Hey, show that again.
Spun out of the way on that.
I like the way he jumped around on that one. I think he gets in there too soon. Watch him jump around now. Gets up and in. No, it wasn't that close. Now watch him jump.
3-1 pitches, low, ball 4. There's Bain. Jim Clancy. Big, strong, right-handed.
This program is owned by WSNS-TV through exclusive rights granted by the Chicago White Sox, telecast solely for the entertainment audience. Any reproduction or other use of this play-by-play description and the account of this game without the express written consent of WSNS-TV is prohibited.
Harold Bain,
Bain's batting .249. 9 homers, 28 RBIs. Fastball high. One ball, no strikes. Jim Clancy struggling. Big, hard-throwing right hand.
Baines, who likes that fastball, liable to rip it into left center.
The pitch. Swung late and he missed.
Boy.
That evens it up. A ball and a strike.
Clancy really mad at himself. Is just throwing as hard as he can throw it.
2 men are out. 2 men are on. 1 run is in. Swung and he missed. 2 strikes and a ball. Harold Baines. Outside. That evens it up. Baines has fanned 53 times. Only Morrison with 62 has more. 2-2 pitch. Swung late and he fouled it back. Two balls, 2 strikes. Our best wishes to Rich Reardon at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Off speed is high, ball 3. The runner on first will be going with a pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Baines digging in. The bases are loaded, a walk. Here's Borgman now.
Borgman, a good fastball hitter. Right now, if I'm Borgman with the bases loaded, if I see anything in the zone that I like, I'm going to rip the ball because he's going to try to get ahead if he can, especially having so much trouble walking the last 2 guys.
Baltimore playing in Oakland tonight, and they have a press conference scheduled in Oakland tomorrow. Some think it is to announce the sale of the Oakland Ball Club to the Kaiser Aluminum Company of Oakland, California. Borgman, a bouncing ball, easy out. Borgman taps out to Howell. 1 run out of all that, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. At the end of 1 inning, 1-0 White Sox.
In the skybox tonight, the White Sox would like to welcome the Federal Valve and Fitting Patio Party, Paul J. Kretz and Company. Bullpen 1, Wayne Zaranowski. Bullpen 2, Jim Kozuski. In the corner saloon, nobody. And our friends are sitting somewhere tonight. Home and Auto Insurance Company. They're here every night.
We go to the top of the second, 1-0. Favor the Chicago White Sox. There's that big banner. Good luck, Mike Crowley.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 19, Velez.
Here's Otto Velez hitting .276, the designated hitter. There's the pitch. Foul ball back and out of play.
Velez started the season off the first month with 10 home runs. He's got good power.
1 strike to nothing. There's a high drive in the center field. Sutherland is there. Makes the catch. Velez flies deep to Leo Sutherland. Look at them, the way they wade through that ground out there.
Boy, it's really soggy. And this ball is a towering fly ball, which gives the outfielders a lot of time to get there. You can't hit one any higher or any deeper Now Molinaro wants it, but here comes the center fielder. He runs him off, which is the play.
Here's Doug Ault, the first baseman, hitting .214. One out, nobody on. Breaking ball, low, ball one. Houston trailing the Cubs 1-0 at the end of one. Base hit left field. Oh, singles to left. Now they'll bring up Roy Howell, the third baseman, a left-hand batter. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Dan Ange.
Howell has changed his stance. He used to spread out a lot. Now he has got his feet close together deep in the box. He's playing out his option this year.
All the guys who will be available as free agents at the end of this year. Darrell Porter of the Kansas City Royals looms as the best. The pitch. A bouncing ball, foul outside first.
Boy, St. Louis beating Atlanta tonight 7-0. Atlanta had won 3 in a row from the Cubs.
Baltimore trails the Yankees only a game on the lost side. Go to first, runner back.
I can finally read that Texas score, Coach. It's now Texas 12, Milwaukee 6. They must be playing a doubleheader.
Fastball inside to even the count. A ball and a strike.
Howell, leaning like he was, must have been looking for a breaking ball because he had his body going towards the plate. If he's looking for a fastball, he'd be coming off it.
1-1. 1-1 pitch. Popped it up. Foul territory. Over to the stand. Out of play. Toronto will be here for a night game tomorrow night. A single game Sunday afternoon. Then next Tuesday night and Wednesday night, the Detroit Tigers will be here. And every indication is that Al Cowens will not accompany the Detroit team. Two strikes on the ball. Slider outside. Count evens up at 2-2. Cleveland got one on the first at Kansas City. Fly ball, center field, easy out. Leo Sutherland takes it.
Coach, you know, talking about Cleveland, Anderson last night played third. They are really moving him around.
To Menard is Dan Ange. George Brett leads the American League in hitting .404. Also is tied for the league lead in RBIs with 91, even though he's only played 85 games. Dan Ange hitting .284. 2 out, a runner at first. 1-0 White Sox. Bounced and foul outside third.
You know, Harry, when you're 6'4" and you're crouching over the plate like he is right now, he's very desperate. He's trying to find some kind of a batting stance, but I got to believe a big guy like that would be better off just ripping up that bat and swinging at it. But watch how he crouches over the plate.
A little bit inside, evens the count, a ball and a strike. Jimmy Williams coaching at third base. Dennis Menke at first base. Texas leads Milwaukee 12-6 in the ninth. 2 balls and a strike. Houston batting in the second, trailing the Cubs 1-0. Long drive foul into the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out.
The White Sox on this homestand have won 2 and lost 4. Against Toronto this year, we've won 2 and lost 3.
You know, George Brett has only played 85 games. He's 1 away from having as many game-winning hits as the leader. Oliver Jackson and Singleton have 13. Brett has 12. Brett's only played 85 games. Ball 3 is high. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, Harry, who's leading our club on game-winning hits? Others. 11.
I think we ought to start playing him every day.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. He's not a bad hitter.
There's a line drive, foul down the left field line.
Well,
the runner was going on the pitch.
I have to retract that, Harry. Others has only hit 224.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. A runner at first. Around 15,000 fans here. He struck him out. Chased a bad ball. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the second, 1-0 White Sox.
Hey fans, popular Sesame Street characters Bert and Ernie will appear live at Comiskey Park on Sunday, August 24th. After an introduction on the field, Bert and Ernie will be available for autographs and pictures in the autograph corner, which is located in the lower deck in left field. Be sure to bring your cameras and see Sesame Street characters Bert and Ernie at Comiskey Park on Sunday, August 24th.
Hey, some of these people must be taking this Mayor Rush Street. Hey, happy birthday, Dutchie.
Hey, put that on the
big board.
Yeah, give it a camera. Dutchie's watching.
My wife Dutchie, who's 39 again.
Happy birthday, Dutchie. You're my age, kid. I know how old you are.
Day to
you.
You got the best hand of the night, Dutchie. Here we go, bottom of the second with Kevin Bell. Pitch is low and inside.
Harry wired all that, Dutchie.
Boy, I tell you. Ground ball. Second baseman has it over the first with the out. Bell rolls out.
This is one of my thrills of my life to read this. Harry Carey for mayor. Where? Of Rush Street. When? Sunday, August 24th. Join Harry on his campaign walk. Walk? Well, I don't know how to see that. After Sunday's game, Harry will be campaigning with his delegates at the following places. Holy cow, Harry.
There's a pitch swung on. There's a drive. Way back. Might be out of here. Off the top of the wall. Cruz is on his way to second base with a double. Todd Cruz, 1 more biscuit for breakfast, and he'd have had a homer.
I'll tell you, Cruz really rips this ball. Org now goes back. It looks like he's going to catch it right here. But it's a little bit too high for him, I believe. I think it hits almost on the top.
Yes.
Oh, it hits that white line, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hit the yellow. Excuse me. It looks like white on my monitor.
So here is Leo Sutherland now. Bouncing ball. That'll be easy to the first base. And he steps on the bag. Oh, unassisted. Sutherland's nothing out of 2. Here's Squire. The Holy Name Society from Our Lady of Good Counsel in Aurora are here tonight.
If you wonder who's going to run against Harry, Mrs. O'Leary's cow. Al Capone for second term. I'd like to vote for him, Harry. I think he's a whale of a guy. Bozo the Clown.
Oh, don't mention that guy, because I think he's going to win it.
I know one guy that's not going to win it. His name is Richard Nixon.
Here's a pitch to Squires. Hey, some people are taking it serious.
Well, my pal, I want to tell you, if I can vote, I'm going to vote right here, put a big X for you. I don't know what it's going to do for you, but lots of luck.
Bud Gio, Foster, and Kleiser got a big sign at the corner of Oak and Rush, right above the Oak Street Market. That's terrific.
Here, look at this. There's Harry Carey for beer. You know, Harry, I think you really deserve it, Harry.
There's a pitch swung on a high pop foul. Out of play. You know, I really do deserve
Wait,
that.
let me finish.
The way I go up and down that street.
Listen, let me finish.
Spend
There
all
isn't
the
a guy
money.
in this country that ever spent as much time on Rush Street in the last 10 years, or even when you were working for the Cardinals as you spent. And whatever you get, you deserve it, Harry. I hope they get you a big chair, a big office, two good-looking secretaries.
Listen, some of the old beaten favorites I see now, I used to see there 15 years ago. 2 strikes and a ball.
Dutchie, do me a favor. Be one mayor's wife or politician's wife that stays out of the politics.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Because I'm voting for Harry, and I don't think you should be involved and be bothered.
Mike Squires waiting. Well, then tied inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I'll tell you, Harry, I am certainly thrilled to know that Mr. Bartola won. He's going to be the owner of the White Sox.
Oh.
Di Bartola?
Yeah, Di Bartola.
He got the bread. He's got enough money for all of us.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball to the second baseman. Garcia has it over to first for the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 2, the White Sox won. Toronto, nothing. Harry Carey back in the ballpark. We go now to the top of the 3rd inning. Lee Stern, who also made money today. Bill Farley also made money today. Who said you can't make money out of baseball?
I never said that, Harry. I made more selling food my first 10 years.
I'll tell you something now. Every time Bill Veck's been in a venture, and he has sold, every time his investors have returned a good profit.
Well, I'll tell you, if they don't...
This one's better than 2 to 1.
Bill Veck is attended banquets, but I think they ought to have one for him just from the stockholders for what he's done for them.
Here's a pitch in there for a strike call.
I'll tell
Garth
you
Org is the hitter.
He took a franchise that nobody wanted and found a way to turn it into $20 million, I'll tell you. I tip my hat to him.
A ball and a strike. Curve inside.
Nick Gladys was sitting next to Mr. Veck.
Well, there was a lot of groups bidding. There you say Nick Gladys to the right of Bill Veck. Down below is Glenn Rosenbaum. But most of the fellows who are bidding for the team are already investors. And even having lost their bids, they still profit because they're going to get twice as much for the money they put in if the deal is approved. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Why would they not approve? It's hard to tell, huh?
Well, you know, I don't know. But... Struck him out. Jimmy, I learned a long time ago, you never say never and you never say always.
All right, I'll agree.
Erie. Who's that? Eric and Matthew Sargis are here with their mom.
Are you trying to tell me, Harry, never believe it till you see the money in your pocket?
There's a pitch low and outside. I had a horse. I had $100 bet on his nose. I had 100 across the board on him. He was 50 lengths ahead. Coming to the wire at Oaklawn, nobody within sight. He stumbled, broke his leg.
What was this, long ago?
Oh, about 8-10 years ago.
Was that the horse that told about Boudreaux?
No. 1-1 pitch.
I don't want to hear that again. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Oh, no. 2 strikes and a ball. So nothing's ever sure.
But I certainly think that a gentleman like Di Bartolo will make these fans happy because he can invest and try to do the best he can to get players.
2 strikes and a ball, 1 out. There's a pitch a little bit low, and the count is evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I bet you, you know what, I don't have no way of knowing this, but I'm just going to take a guess. I bet you Ed Di Bartolo, who just spent $20 million for the White Sox, has never seen him play. Here's a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Throw over to first for the out. Whip rolls to Mars.
Would you say maybe he might be lucky or what?
No, I just mean how guys with money can invest in something and not even know what it is they're buying, except the ball club.
Kind of hard for me to believe, Harry, that a man who's made all his money would invest in something that he sure doesn't know a little bit about.
Birthday greetings to Scott Rosenbaum, who's Glenn's son. 2 out, nobody on. Here's Griffin. Hey, how to swing and he missed. 1 strike and nothing.
There's Rosie.
There's Chuck Shriver, Bob Finnegan, and Glenn Rosenbaum. Up above him, Bill Beck. Two men are out, nobody on. Ball game in the 3rd. Low and inside. There's a little pop fly on the infield, and Britt Burns has another easy inning. Griffin, pop to Mars. 1-2-3, nothing across. We go into the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 White Sox. We go into the bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 in favor of the White Sox.
Harry, a real good friend of mine, Forrest Tucker, can be seen on F Troop with Larry Storch and Ken Berry each week. Day afternoon at 2:30, beginning Monday, September 1st, right here on 44. F Troop.
Forrest Tucker, I believe, is in town. A great friend of mine, too. And just a tremendous performer. A great guy. Marvelous company. Sensational golfer.
Remind me to tell you a story I can't tell you about.
I know the story. Playing with Phil Harris.
No, this is something when he was in the Marines.
Molinaro leading it off here. 1 ball, no strikes. Takes a fastball low. 2 balls, no strikes. One to nothing, the White Sox. High pop fly on the infield, going to be caught. Howell is there, and he has it. Molinaro pop to Howell. Randy and Susie Goatee from Griffith, Indiana are here. So, get well wishes to Ron Barnack and Aurora.
Lamar Johnson tripled his last time up a line drive in right center field, went to the bullpen and drove in the only run.
They're here from Marengo, Illinois. The Martins and Brennan group. The St. John's Lutheran of Danforth, Illinois is here. Group of 42. little pop fly, and the short left will be caught. Dugan or takes care of Johnson's fly ball.
Brinkman behind the plate. You know, Harry, when he bends over and gives the strike, I watch him get up. I think his back is about as bad as mine. He has trouble getting off the ground.
Two men around, nobody on, and here's Jim Morrison. Had a good cut, and he fouled it back. Houston, $2, please.
What's that for?
You owe me $2. You borrowed $1 two different times. Boy, it's tough getting that money back from you.
I don't remember.
Yes, you remember.
I remember.
Cross keys in.
Cross keys in was right.
You didn't have any change.
Didn't have any change. I had to tip the cab driver. I gave him $100.
And you told him to keep the change, right?
Right.
Two strikes and nothing. 1-0. The White Sox are leading the ball game in the bottom of the third. They've out-hit Toronto 3-1. Same two teams tomorrow night. About 15,000 are here again tonight. The pitch. Off speed high. Jim Clancy from St. Rita's High School. Getting set. Curveball high.
Clancy started his career with the Texas organization, and he came over here in the expansion draft.
You see what Rick Langford of Oakland has 17 straight. There's Bobby Manick, the manager. Hey, struck him out. 1-2-3, nothing across. This is Harry Carey with Jimmy Pearsall. We're going to move over to the radio for a little while. The score here at the end of 3. The White Sox 1, Toronto nothing.
Hello again, everybody. Joe McConnell speaking to you from Comiskey Park. There's a look at the score. White Sox up by a run. Britt Burns facing Bob Baylor to lead off the Toronto fourth, and a swing and a miss. Baylor line to left. Ball caught by Molinaro in the first inning. He has a 7-game hitting string. Picked up a hit last night. In the 6 previous games, he had collected 2 or more hits to put some 40 points on a batting average and was almost anemically out of sight before that. Very high with a change. 1-1 the count. British fan 1, giving up 1 hit in 3 innings. Trying to break a personal 5-game losing string. He's won only once since the All-Star break down in Texas. Up and away, ball 2 in those strikes. The Brewers rallied for 9 runs in the 7th and 8th innings, or I should say the Rangers did, to beat the Brewers 12-6 in the first of that twilight pair down in Arlington. 12-6 Texas over Milwaukee in the first ball game. Foul ball down the right field side out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to right fielder Bob Baylor. He'll be followed by Damaso Garcia and Otto Velez. The Twins have taken a 2-0 lead over the Detroit Tigers in the top of the 4th now. The Tigers batting at Metropolitan Stadium up in Bloomington. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Bounce to short. Todd Cruz to first, and there's 1 out. Garcia grounded out to Kevin Bell at third, his first time up tonight. In the top of the 3rd at Royal Stadium in Kansas City, Cleveland leading the Royals 1-0. They slowed them down a bit last night with a win. Kansas City has still won 15 out of 19 this month. Fastball low, ball 1. And how about that Eastern Division race? Baltimore beat California at the Big A last night 7-1. Gaylord Perry lost to the Seattle Mariners 6-4, and the Yankee lead now has been pared to a game and a half. 1-1 the count on the foul ball off the bat of Damaso Garcia. Garcia has 128 hits this year to lead this ball club. 29 doubles, ranking him 5th. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He and Jimmy Morrison were jousting for the league lead in doubles through the month of June. Robin Yount now leads. Morrison is still 2nd. Garcia ranks 5th. Foul ball. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball off the glove of Squires into right field, a base hit. Mike dove for the ball, just deflected it. Base hit for Garcia. That's the 2nd hit off Britt Burns. Here's Otto Velez, who had a deep fly to left center field his first time up, that was caught by Leo Sutherland after a long run. He'd been playing him in right center. Well, a change in skipper Tony La Russa's starting rotation for tomorrow and Sunday. Dotson will pitch tomorrow's ball game, and Steve Trout will be held back until Sunday. Originally, they had it the other way around. So Dotson will pitch against Jack Cusick, former Sox right-hander who beat us up in Toronto in his first start after being recalled from Syracuse. Steve Trout now is slated to pitch Sunday afternoon's game against Dave Steed. Slider in there for a strike at the knees. Good pitch to Velez. 0-1. One nothing the Sox lead here in the top of the 4th. A hanging curveball is inside, evens the count at 1-1 to Velez. Garcia taking his lead at first. He is 10 out of 22 in base stealing attempts this year. The Blue Jays is a ball club. Only 49 steals and 104 attempts, have been caught 53 times. Maybe the only club of the American League that's been caught more than they've been successful. But base stealing ratios have been up. More emphasis has been put on base stealing lately. Foul ball bounced into the dirt. 1-2 the count to Velez, who had a great first 2 months of the year. He was red hot going into June, tailed off a bit, although he still has some impressive statistics. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, checked his swing just in time. The appeal denied by first base umpire Derwood Merrill. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Velez. Doug Ault on deck. Baltimore plays at Oakland tonight, and the Yankees are at California, as the 2 Eastern Division leaders continue their West Coast trips. Ball 3, a curveball a bit high, throw to second, and apparently Garcia thought that was ball 4. He didn't even slide. Well, let's watch it again. Morrison will get the put out. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. Apparently he thought it was ball 4. It looked like strike 3 to me, even though the umpire Joe Brinkman called it a ball. How in the world could you be that unsure? If you're going to run, you better run full out. I'm sure Morrison's going to tell him it's ball 4. Fouled out of play. Still 3-2. I got a player like that running against me, and I'm playing second base. I said, stand up, it's ball 4. He walked. Wait for the ball and make the pullout. Yeah, Mr. Garcia has to be a little embarrassed right now. Staring out at the diamond. That's when you wished you could find a hole to crawl into. Struck him out. 3 strikeouts for Burns. No runs, 1 hit. There was a mental error charged to Garcia that will not show up in the scorebook. Nobody left after 3.5. White Sox 1, Toronto nothing. Now there's a youngster enthralled by it all. Harold Baines to lead it off for the White Sox in the 4th, and he takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Low inside, a ball, 1-1. Harold walked his first time up. Sox had a chance to really get to this guy early. All after 2 are out. Molinaro, an infield hit. Johnson, a run-producing triple. Back-to-back walks to Morrison and Baines that loaded the bases. On inside, ball 2. 2-1 to Harold. But the on-deck hitter, Glenn Boardman, came up after 2-minute walk and went after the first pitch and bounced out, leaving the bases loaded. Ball 3, low and inside. Clancy's had trouble with his breaking ball tonight. Also some control problems with his changeup. His fastball's been his pitch. When he 4-hit the White Sox here on the 10th of June, he had a great breaking ball that night as well as a fine fastball. Foul tip, 3-2. Foul ball. Still 3-2 to Harold Baines. Jim Clancy, 74, graduate of St. Rita here in Chicago, still makes his home here. Fly ball to left. That might be trouble. And Griffin makes the catch. He almost overran the ball. Looks at the ground there where he almost fell backwards. Here's another look at it. Look out, Alfredo. Here's Borgie, who bounced to third to end that first inning, leaving the bases loaded. He takes a fastball knee high for a called strike. There's that changeup that slipped out of Clancy's hands again. Very high for a ball, 1-1. He's thrown 5 or 6 of those tonight. Bouncing ball to third again. Howell takes it near the bag. Long throw. Dug out by Auld at first. 2 down. Kevin Bell, who rolled out to Garcia at second his first time up, now stands in. Kevin had a big run-scoring triple last night. Turned out to be his first game-winning hit of the year. There's a slider, low and away, ball 1. That's the same pitch the White Sox were waving at so haplessly in that 4-game Cleveland series. Swing and a miss on a bullet. Good fastball right in there at the knees. 1-1 the count. Ball 2 and strike 1. Breaking ball, low and away. So in case you missed it, Dotson will pitch tomorrow. Trout has been dropped back to Sunday for the White Sox. Ball 3, it's low. Toronto rotation will stay the same. Cusick tomorrow and Steve on Sunday. Sox hoping to take this 4-game series from the Blue Jays. It would be the first time they've won a series in a long time. The drive ripped to right, but right at the right fielder Baylor. Well hit, but right at him. So Kevin lines out a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left after 4 complete. The White Sox won, Toronto nothing. In the top of the 5th inning for the Blue Jays, they will send up Doug Ault, Roy Howell, and Danny Ainge. Against left-hander Britt Burns, White Sox 1 run on 3 hits. Toronto no runs on 2 hits through 4 innings. Alt singled his first time up. Bounced one past Kevin Bell at third. Curveball strike on the outside corner, knee high, and Alt doesn't buy it. 0-1. Outside, 1-1 the count. Even though the Blue Jays have only put 2 men on, Britt has thrown quite a few pitches. His control has been better, although he hasn't walked anybody. Ball 2. Britt's father is still in attendance. He's been here all through the homestand. Family came in from Birmingham. Drive to right field, hit pretty deep. Back on the warning track, Harold Baines takes it for the out. Alt with power to the opposite field. One out. Here's Howell, who hit one 400 feet his first time up to straightaway center field. Leo Sutherland catching up with it. 2 or 3 pretty good shots off Burns. They've all been caught, fortunately. Curveball just low, ball 1. Ground ball to Morrison. 2 out. There's Danny Ainge, who struck out on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. We told you this young man, quite a basketball player. Still in college. Brigham Young. Born in Eugene, Oregon. A breaking ball in there for a strike. Ainge hit .228 in Syracuse in 1978 in 119 games. Last year he was hitting .248 in 27 games when he was called up. Finished the year at Toronto in 87 games. The ball. He hit .237 last year with the Blue Jays. It's a public relations major at Brigham Young. Foul tip. His last 2 years in high school in Eugene, he led his high school basketball team to 2 state titles and a 52-1 record. 6'4" guard in basketball. Ground ball to Bell. Now the Jays are down 1-2-3 in the 5th. We've reached the halfway point here in a quick ball game at Comiskey Park. The White Sox lead Toronto 1-0.
Sox fans, you can purchase tickets for exciting White Sox baseball at the following ticket locations: downtown at Home and Auto Insurance, south at Thornridge State Bank, the Beverly Bank, Heritage Pullman Bank, and Steel City National Bank, southwest at Orland State Bank, west at Hinsdale Federal Savings and Loan and at the Bank of Westmont, in Toluca at Citizens National Bank, and in Morris, Illinois at the First National Bank of Morris. It's a whole new ball game at Comiskey Park.
Todd Cruz leading it off, and he takes a pitch just below the knees. Ball 1. He narrowly missed his 4th home run of the year, his first time up, when he hit one off the top of the left field fence, about a foot from the top of the wall. Swinging strike, 1-1 the count. Cruz had a double his first time up. And in fact, he is the last base runner to reach. Clancy's retired 8 in a row. Swinging strike 2 on a fastball down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clancy has struck out 1, walked 2. He walked Morrison and Baines back-to-back to load the bases in the first inning. Strike 3. Leo Sutherland, the leadoff batter, steps in. He is struck out and tapped to the first baseman, Doug Ault. There's a bunt. Howe was playing in for it. Throw to first. They get him. Let's take another look at it. I like the way Sutherland handles the bat. He isn't going to beat anybody with a long ball very often, but he's going to be on base a lot. Howe was expecting it, though, and he was in. Even then, the throw only got him by half a stride. 2 out. That's 10 in a row put down by Mr. Clancy. Here's Squires, who has bounced out to Garcia at second twice. Sox may have squandered their opportunity to get several runs off this guy early. Fly ball left center field. It's in the gap. And it hangs up, and Orge makes the catch. 3 up and 3 down. 11 in a row retired by Clancy. So after 5 complete here at Comiskey Park, White Sox 1, Toronto 0.
Sportmart, save famous Big John Downrigger, $89.94. Sportmart, Schaumburg, Niles, Lombard, Calumet City, Oak Lawn. For sports, it's Sportmart.
On a nice sunny day like this, why is Ted Pearson waterproofing around his house instead of relaxing with his family? Because the sun doesn't always shine. Protect your home with Thompson's Water Seal. It sheds water.
At Adamson Johnson Paint Company, Rockford, Illinois, and Van Pruin Paint Company, Highland, Indiana.
Hey, here are some cool sounds coming at you on a sizzling summer day.
In the top of the 6th inning, the Blue Jays will send up Garth Orge, followed by Ernie Witt and Alfredo Griffin, their leadoff batter. Only 5 hits in the ball game. The White Sox have 3, and they have the only run. Well, a nice crowd on hand tonight. Guess it's somewhere in the area of 15,000. Orge struck out his first time up. Burns has fanned 3, has not walked anybody. Big curveball, but a bit high. Ball 1. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1-1. Britt's about due to pitch a shutout. He has won this year, a 2-hit shutout against Seattle here in May. His 11 complete ball games and 23 starts, tops on the staff. Innings pitched, strikeouts, low ERA, and 10 victories. All lead the White Sox in those various categories. Chased a bad one that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul out of play. Still 1-2 to Orge. His older brother Dane is a member of the Cardinals. Orge was acquired from the Cardinal organization. His first year with Toronto. Foul back on the breaking ball. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out on a breaking ball into the dirt. He actually chased 2 bad pitches. So Oranges fanned twice, and that's 4 strikeouts for Britt Burns. Here's Ernie Witt, the catcher. He bounced out to Morrison at second base his first time up. Ground ball on a broken bat. Cruz to first, and there's 2 outs. Now the leadoff batter, switch hitting shortstop Alfredo Griffin. He was bounced to short and popped up to Morrison at second. Griffin has an 8-game hitting string on the line now. In a tremendous month of September. As a matter of fact, a year ago in September, he was named the American League Player of the Month, and that enabled him to tie John Castino for Rookie of the Year honors. Gonna bunt. Gets past the mound. Morrison, tough play. Got him. 3 up and 3 down. Griffin trying to bunt his way aboard. So at the end of 5 1/2, Britt Burns and the White Sox still clinging to that 1-0 lead over the Toronto Blue Jays. 1-0. The Sox lead it as we go to the home half of the 6th inning. Molinaro, Johnston, and Morrison to face right hitter Jim Clancy, who's been tough on this ball club all year. Managed only 1 run off of him in 14 innings. But so far tonight, it's good enough to lead 1-0. Lally 1 for 2, an infield chop over the mound with 2 out in the first, and he came home ahead of Lamar Johnson's run-scoring triple. The last time up, he popped up to the third baseman Roy Howell. Smalley's only hit this year against Toronto. Sinker is low, ball 1. Brewers got a run in their half of the first inning, in the second at 2 at Texas. Rangers won the first game 12-6. Another pop-up. Witt, the catcher, chasing this one near the box seat railing. He's on the warning track, and he takes it for the out. Well, he appears to be swinging down on the ball. Here's Lamar Johnson, whose run-scoring triple has produced the only run tonight. He's also fly to left, hit a changeup, so he is 1 for 2. Tigers have tied the Twins. They're now in the top of the 5th at the Met, tied at 2 apiece. Got a pull for a Detroit win tonight. Fastball swinging a miss, strike 1. Tigers beat the Twins, and the White Sox hang on to win this one. Sox will move into a 4th place tie again. Foul back. 2 strikes on Johnson. Jimmy Morrison on deck. Pitch almost got away, up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Win or lose tonight, of course, the big headlines of the day have already been made. The proposed sale of the club, apparently okayed by the screening board, will now go to a full vote for the Sox owners. Check foul out of play. Edward DiBartolo and Associates from Dayton, Ohio. They're very big in the construction and designing and building of shopping centers all over the Midwest. They own the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Change-up is popped up. Out of play. Still 1-2 to Lamar Johnson. The word that we had picked up around the league before today, that DiBartolo does indeed acquire the Sox. I think we can look forward to some exciting summers here on the South Side. In case you're wondering, he does indeed have the money to field a contender. And that's been the basic problem with the fine group of owners that saved the franchise for Chicago, but they just couldn't handle the offense. The financial net once they got the ball club. High chop off home plate, fielded out near second base by Griffin. 2 out. No question about it today. Major League sports and any kind of venture is big buck business. Here's Jimmy Morrison, who has walked and struck out tonight. He's 0 for 1 as Lamar heads back to the dugout. "13 men in a row retired by Mr. Clancy." Ball 1. Britt Burns now has a string of 7. Ball 2, low and outside. Strike inside corner at the belt. 2-1 to Morrison. Blue Jays, despite their losing record, have a good record in one-run ball games. They're 16-14, and they've won 8 out of 12 games and have gone into extra innings this year. You wouldn't think that with a 50-69 mark overall. Fly ball to right field. Should be easy for Baylor. And that's 14 men in a row retired by right-hander Jim Clancy as the Sox go down in order in the 6th. Well, Harry Carey will be back to take the rest of the way here on TV 44. Bill McConnell reminding you the score after 6. White Sox 1, Toronto nothing.
We go into the top of the 7th, 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. And here is Bobby Baylor to lead it off. He's nothing out of 2. White Sox scored in the 1st inning in a scratch hit with 2 out and a triple by Lamar Johnson. Here's a pitch a little bit high, and the count evens up with a ball and a strike. The Cubs are in Houston tied up 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the pitch. Inside a slider. Two strikes on the ball on Baylor. Britt Burns is allowed 2 hits. Now the pitch. All the way back to the screen, a wild one. Now there's Glenn Borgman going out to talk to Britt Burns. Count even up 2-2. And thanks to Bud Gio, Foster, and Kleiser. That big billboard sign at Oak and Rush. That ought to clinch the election. Sunday, here's a 2-2 pitch, foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. My good right hand, Bob Jacobs, has promised to stuff the ballot box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a high pop foul back into the stand. Well, you're all invited down to Rush Street. Right at the park there at Rush and Bellevue. 2-2 pitch. We got Harry's Cafe, Faces, Sweetwater, Arnie's, Woodhugh's, all around that neighborhood. And then we're going to go up and down the street Sunday afternoon. Popped it up. That ought to be easy. Coming in is Sutherland, waiting for the ball, and he has it. Baylor flies to Sutherland in short center. We're going to stop at Remington's, Jay's, Adolph's, Harry's Cafe, Blondie's, Hotsy Totsy's, Moby Nick's, Sweetwater, Faces, all one after the other. Butch McGuire. Shenanigans, The Lodge, Hang Up. Here's a pitch foul out of play. Even if they're off Rush Street. We're going to visit them, and we invite you to be with us. There's a strike call. Garcia got a scratch hit in the fourth. One of only two given up by Britt Byrne. One out. Hey, struck him out. Garcia becomes the fifth strikeout victim. That'll bring up Otto Velez. White Sox have 3 hits. Toronto's got 2. Velez is nothing out of 2 tonight. Hey, how to cut. 1 strike and nothing. 2 men are gone. We're in the 7th. White Sox got a run with 2 out in the first. Well, Molinaro hit a high hopper over the pitcher's head. The shortstop, Alfredo Griffin, came charging in, fielded the ball on the dead run, and in the process of throwing for what would have been the 3rd out, he dropped the ball. Molinaro was credited with a hit. Lamar Johnson then tripled to right center to drive in the run. There's a pitch foul back. Two strikes and nothing. Remember the All-Star softball game for muscular dystrophy at Thillen Stadium. Devon and Kedzie, Wednesday night, August the 27th. Ernie Banks and other Cubs will be on hand. White Sox will be out of town on that date. Two strikes and nothing. Just barely missed outside. Around 15,000 on hand again. Here's the pitch. Little low. 2-2. The Mets are leading the Dodgers 3-2 in the 8th in New York. 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Short center. Sutherland is there. Makes the catch. 1-2-3, nothing across. We go into the bottom of the 7th. The score. White Sox 1, Toronto nothing. All right! Everybody! Let me hear you. Okay, Nancy. Take me out to the bar. To the crowd, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Oh, it's root for the White Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey! I didn't get a chance to read that whole banner. Owner must sell, no money down. I got that far. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0 White Sox. Harold Baines evens a count at a ball and a strike. A little wide. Houston bounding, bottom of the 5th, tied up 1-1. Jim Clancy has pitched an outstanding ball game himself. Clancy just 24 years old. Burns only 21. Ground ball, that'll be easy. Clancy's won 11 and lost 9 for last place ball club. So Baines bounced out. One out. Here's Glenn Borgman, the catcher. Ball game in the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. A first inning run after 2 are out has stood up. There's a wild one back to the screen. Activity in the bullpen. Guy Hoffman. There's a pitch a little bit low. Contreras is down there also. Ground ball to the shortstop. Griffin throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Boy, since the first inning, Clancy's given up only 1 hit. Britt Burns has given up 2-1 an infield stretch. And this ball game is already in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. Here's Kevin Bell. Boy, what a sad surprise, a real shock to hear the death of our good friend Tom McBride. Boy, here today, gone tomorrow. Here's a pitch a little bit low and outside. Two balls, no strike for Kevin Bell. Bruce Dumont, who produces Lee Phillips' show on Channel 2. Watching the game here. Who extends good well wishes to Milt Gober, who's recuperating at St. Joseph's Hospital. 3 balls and a strike. Now the count is full. Milwaukee going for a split at Texas. He walked him. Clancy has walked 3 and fanned 3. Britt Burns hasn't walked anybody, and he has fanned 5. Here's Todd Cruz. A little tap back to the mound. Clancy's got it. Over to first. Save! There's a man going to third. He's saved. The easiest tap in the world. And Clancy made a bad throw. Now Clancy is arguing that the umpire missed the play at third base. Come on, Jim. It wasn't the umpire's fault. It was yours. An easy tap he had all night to make the play. Watch it. Now here's Clancy. Now he's got plenty of time. Look at that. And he lets up on his throw. He pulls Alt off the bag. Alt had enough time to get off the bag and come back. Boy, it still looks like he had him. The pitcher gets the air on the bad throw. Here's Leo Sutherland now. First pitch is in there, a strike call. Sutherland is 0 for 3. He's in the hole, strike 2. We're just showing the replay. 2 strikes and nothing. A little pop foul out of play. I think Clancy was arguing that Kevin Bell was off the bag at third base. Two strikes and nothing. See if we can take advantage of that break. Fastball outside. Outside, ball 2. Bill Farley, who head of one of the groups that were bidding for the White Sox, in attendance tonight. Nick Klavis, representing one of the other groups that were trying to get the White Sox. 2-2 pitch also here. There's a line shot. Base hit, the run is in. 2-0. Sutherland came through with a single to center. Boy, with 2 out, nobody on, he walked Bell. Then he had an easy out at first base and pulled the first baseman off. Although the first baseman didn't really play it too well either. You're watching the replay of the hit as Kevin scored. Then he got ahead of Sutherland, 2 strikes and nothing. And Sutherland drove in the run. Here's Squires. Strike call. 2-0 in favor of the White Sox. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. We'll be with you on Channel 44 at 7:15. Foul out of play. I had the pleasure of spending some time with entertainer Lou Rawls at the Advertising Age seminar at the Marriott today. He's a Chicago boy, you know. 2 strikes and nothing. Barely missed outside. Boy, I bet Clancy is really burning about this run. About both runs. He had 2 out and nobody on. A little infield tap, looked like it was going to be the 3rd out of the inning, 1-2-3. When Griffin dropped the ball while running. And the act of throwing, it went for a scratch hit. And Lamar Johnson tripled the run home. Now he had 2 out, nobody on when he walked Bell. Cruz tapped back to the mound. He struck him out. The inning is over, but the White Sox get a big run. 1 run, 1 hit. 1 error, 1 left. The ones have it. At the end of 7, White Sox 2, Toronto nothing.
Yes.
Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall back in the ballpark. We go into the top of the 8th. Boy, what a gift we had.
Tell me how you got it, Coach. It's really quite a run.
Oh, boy. Jim Clancy with an easy 3rd out decided to let up on his throw over there instead of throwing normally. First baseman didn't exactly play it well. He had plenty of time to get off the bag, take the throw, and come back, but he elected to try to keep his toe on the base. And on the replay, it looked like he might have got it back, but he was called safe.
Should be safe the way he threw it.
Oh, boy.
He threw a changeup, knuckleball, slider, sinker.
And then, of course, Leo Sutherland came through with a base hit. There's the fastball in there for a strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out. 2-0 in favor of the White Sox. We're in the top of the 8th. He had a cut in the middle. Britt Burns is fan 5, walked nobody, allowed just 2 hits. He has faced only 1 above perfection. If he had a perfect game, he would have faced 21 men by now. He has faced 22. The pitch. Ground ball ought to be easy for Morrison. Over to first. In time.
Garvin, a left-hander, is warming up in the bullpen for Toronto.
1 out here in the 8th. 2-0 White Sox. Britt Burns is shooting for his 2nd shutout. He will tie Trout for individual shutout. Going for his 12th game, which is tops on the club. And for his 11th victory. Here's a curve swung and missed. 1 out, nobody on. Ball game in the 8th. 2-0 in favor of the White Sox. Now the pitch swung on, a high fly ball. Left field, waiting for it. Molinaro makes the cut. 2 up, 2 down.
Boy, Harry, you're full of energy. You look great. I hate to tell you how I feel. I swear.
I've had that bad back myself.
Also, with this cold, it just seems like it's settled in there.
That's age, friend.
I don't care what it is. It feels awful.
You smell like a drugstore.
That's right. I am a drugstore.
You're not a hypochondriac, are you?
What does that mean? Oversexed?
I don't hear any of your friends telling me that. One strike to nothing. 2 out.
Boy, do I want this kid to win tonight. He's lost 5 in a row, personally.
Right in there, a beauty. Britt Burns. Dan Inge is fanned and bounced out. We're in the top of the 8th. 2-0. Favor of the White Sox. Last night they won 5-3. So the White Sox going for their 2nd in a row. Now we have a 1-2 straight for a while. There's the pitch, and he struck him out. And goes down swinging. Strikeout number 6. 1-2-3, nothing across. We go into the bottom of the 8th, 2-0 in favor of the White Sox.
Fans, you can purchase tickets for exciting White Sox baseball at the following ticket locations: Northwest at Mount Prospect State Bank and at the Dempster Plaza State Bank, South at Chicago City Bank and Trust, Crawford Savings and Loan, Public Federal Savings, and United Savings, West at Melrose Park National Bank, First Federal Savings and Loan of Berwyn, and Phoebe's Restaurants, in Joliet at Joliet Federal Savings and Loan, and in Carpentersville at the Carpentersville Savings Bank. It's a whole new ballgame at Comiskey Park.
This is WSNS TV 44 in Chicago.
Loss Loss. One. Hey, Early, how are you? Loss. Loss. Whoa. Harry Carey back in the ballpark. We go in the bottom of the 8th. Good well wishes to Jimmy Meyer at Palos Community Hospital.
Bobby Molinaro, who was 0 for 12 against this club going into this game, got a scratch hit and then scored a big run in the first inning.
There's a strike call. Molinaro, 1 out of 3. Well, boy, it has. When did we win 2 in a row last? Curveball, he swings and he misses.
Did we win one in Baltimore, then go and win one in Boston?
There's a pitch foul back.
Boy, Clancy's still throwing hard.
Well, let's see. We lost to Boston the first game of this homestand. We won Wednesday in New York, but we had lost the 2 games previously. We won in Kansas City. Molinaro goes down on strikes, but we had lost the 2 previous games.
Lamar Johnson stepping in. He tripled the drive in Molinaro. Probably the best ball that was hit tonight in the right center field. Almost caught by Baylor, who went for a triple.
Jimmy, there's a high fly ball in a center field easy out. Dan. 2 up, 2 down. Nothing in favor of the White Sox. Happy wedding anniversary to Gina and Nick Compton. 2 men are out. Morrison the batter.
Happy birthday again, Dutchie.
You're going to have her 100 years old.
Happy birthday again.
A pitch low.
Listen, I've watched her paint your house. She loves to work around the house. You're lucky.
A ball and a strike on Morrison. White Sox on a 2-hitter by Britt Burns are leading 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs have taken the lead at Houston, 2-1. Ball low.
You know, Harry, a 1-0 game, or a 2-0 game just doesn't excite the fans. But this is a good pitch ball game.
You know, we haven't won 2 in a row since. There's a high fly ball that may drop. Twisting. Foul territory.
Boy, Morrison was trying for his 36th double. Just missed.
The last time the White Sox won 2 in a row was against Texas. July the 26th and 27th. So we have gone a month without putting 2 victories together.
You see that ball just going foul.
And we got a chance to do it tonight. Leading 2-0. High, ball 3.
What have we won the most? 4 games in a row this year?
Yeah.
The highest? Yeah.
Along this losing streak is 6. Along his winning streak is 4. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Griffin, nice pickup and throw.
Well, he can play.
1, 2, 3. Nothing in front. At the end of 8, the White Sox 2, Toronto nothing. Look at that. Look at the 2 youngsters. Got out on the field and they're escorted off. They look like they can't be more than 4 or 5. Garth Ord will lead it off. Now the pitch. Swings and he fouls it back. There's a pitch, a high pop foul. That's going to be easy. One away. Ord fouls out for Squire. Boy, Britt Burns has faced only one man more than perfection. Third game of the series tomorrow night. White Sox are catching these Blue Jays at the right time. Bossetti, Mayberry, Bunnell, all out of action. Steve Braun is going to hit for Witt. Braun is hitting 200, no homers, 5 RBIs, 2-0. How many hits in this ball game? 4 for the White Sox, 2 for Toronto. There's a strike call. Toronto's only had 2 men reach base, and one of them was thrown out trying to steal. He's walking his second, think that is ball 4 to Velez, when it was only ball 3, and then Velez struck out to end the inning. 1 out, nobody on. Swung and he missed. 2 strikes and a ball. Lined into left field for a hit. Braun singles to left. With a count of 2 strikes and a ball, Braun went to the opposite field. So now here's Alfredo Griffin, the shortstop.
The pitch runner for Toronto is Cannon.
Cannon. Joe Cannon, an outfielder, is going to run for Braun. A runner at first. 1 out. The score 2-0. The gift run the White Sox picked up in the 7th now becomes important. Throw to first, the runner back. Ralph Steinbarth and Frank O'Grady from La Preferita Foods watching the ballgame. Hey, had a swing and a miss. 1 strike and nothing. Britt Burns. A double play would end it, but Griffin is very fast. Jack Gaughan and his wife Peggy walking by. The runner back. Fouled it in the upper deck. 2 strikes and nothing. He's way ahead of him now. Griffin, who's a switch hitter. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He doubled in a run last night. Runner back. Right-hander working in the bullpen for Toronto. He bunts. Oh, it's going to go for a hit. Now they got Cannon trapped off second base. Boy, what a break. He's trying to get back to third. And he is tagged out. What a break for the White Sox. It's a safe bunt with 2 strikes by Griffin. But Cannon rounded second and was trapped. The play will go from Kevin Bell. Watch the replay. Bell very alert on this play. Now he sees Cannon rounding second. You know, with 2 runs behind.
The putout went 5-6-2-4.
5-6-2-4 on the putout. Boy, you wonder where Cannon is going when this team is 2 runs behind. Thank goodness for that play. Here's Baylor now. Fastball a little bit outside. Baylor's 0 for 3 tonight. That evens a count on the ball on a strike. Now welcome to Delta Theta Chi fraternity. 2 out, a runner at first. Bobby Maddox, the manager, got to be unhappy about that last play. Ball is high. 2 balls and a strike. There's a strike call. And the count evens up at 2-2. Burns is fan 6. Hasn't walked anybody. The crowd applauding. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 in favor of the White Sox. Each team with 4 hits. The crowd on its feet, the cheering. The 3-2 pitch, there goes the runner. Oh, 4, he walked it. Boy, oh boy, Cannon's bad play on the bases really becomes a big play now. They'd have the bases loaded with 1 out. As it is, there are 2 out. Here's manager La Russa coming out. He might go to Ed Farmer here. Farmer picked up his 21st save last night. I haven't waved to him yet. Farmer will be coming in, and we'll tell you more about him following this. Harry Caray back in the ballpark. Britt Burns got a big hand as he trotted off the field. It's up to Ed Farmer now, and he has a chance of picking up his 22nd save of the year. League, of course, is Dan Quisenberry with 27. He's pitching for a team that frequently goes ahead in the late innings and thus gives him a lot of chances to pick up saves. Here's Garcia now. The tying runs are on base. Curveball in there, a strike call. Boy, a real boneheaded base running play by Joe Cannon may have taken Toronto right out of it. They could have had the bases loaded with 1 out. Instead, they're men on first and second. 2 out. You wonder where he's going with his team 2 runs behind. Now the pitch to Garcia. Instead, he whirls around. Milwaukee at Texas, seemingly going to split the doubleheader. The Mets beat the Dodgers 4-2. This should be the ball game. Cruz from Morrison for the out. So Farmer faces 1 man, picks up the save. Here's Britt Burns, the first man out, to shake his hand. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Final score: the White Sox 2, Toronto nothing. We'll be back with the totals in a moment. Harry Caray back at the ballpark. A beautifully pitched game by Britt Burns. It's a shame he couldn't have finished it, but what's the difference? He won it. It gives Ed Farmer a chance to pick up another save, his 22nd of the year. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Chicago White Sox. Britt Burns the winner. He now is 111 and lost 12. For Toronto, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The loser was Jim Clancy. He now is 111 and lost 10. Not much hitting in this ball game, a total of 8, 4 by each team. So it wasn't exactly a thriller from Manila at all. Sort of a dull ball game, but they're never too dull when you win them. And the White Sox won this one by the score of 2-0. Don't go away now. Jimmy will have his post-game guest, who will be Bob Greenberg, the blind sports announcer, coming up in a moment. Until tomorrow night at 7:15, Harry Caray from Comiskey Park, wishing you all a very pleasant good evening, repeating the happy score: the White Sox 2, Toronto nothing. So long, everyone.
The Chicago White Sox are brought to you by the following participating advertisers. Schlitz, the master brewer's brew. It's today's Schlitz. Go for it. Chevrolet and your Chevy dealer. With Chevy Chevette and Chevy Citation, nobody sells more small cars than Chevrolet. True Value Hardware Stores. True Value, more than just a name, it's our way of doing business. Commonwealth Edison, providing you the power to grow. The Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Chicago, bottlers of Coke, Tab, Sprite, and Fresca. Have a Coke and a smile. Interlake Incorporated, a Chicago-based company in metals and material handling, sponsoring White Sox baseball for 8 consecutive years. Rusty Jones and the over 2,500 new car dealers who offer Rusty Jones rust-proofing nationwide. Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, Rusty Cars. The Association of Chicagoland McDonald's Restaurants. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. And by Checker Oil. If you want good quality where the price is right, that Checker, it's a gas. A TV 44 sports presentation.
This game is copyrighted by the Chicago White Sox.
All stains look pretty much the same coming out of the can. So why should you choose Thompson's waterproofing seal stain? Because the sun doesn't always shine. For proven protection, for beauty that lasts, Thompson's.
At all Edward Hines home centers in Chicagoland. You're watching TV 44, WSNS Chicago. It's time for the Baseball Report Show. Baseball Report is brought to you by your greater Chicago area Toyota dealers.
Somebody should discover a better way to save gas. 37 ways, all called Toyota. You can get the deal of the year now. It's your Toyota dealers Discover the Deal Days. There are only a few 1980s left, but right now you can discover a fuel-efficient Toyota for less than you think.
So forget the sticker.
Discover the deal. Okay. I'm not afraid of you anymore.
What are you two doing up?
I was thinking, instead of just adding on a bedroom, we could borrow a little more and put in a laundry room, too.
Laundry room? Oh, Larry.
Uh-huh. When the HFC manager figured out our equity in this place, he said we could use their Equity Plus loan to borrow up to this much. Here's the monthly cost and the total cost.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Me, too. And what do you think?
So he's not into real estate.
When you need a homeowner loan, come to HFC. Put our experience to work.
Hi, everybody. Jimmy Pearsall back at the ballpark. The White Sox, what a beauty tonight. 2-0 over Toronto. The fireworks are still going on. My guest is Bob Greenberg, a blind sportscaster and a gentleman who I have known for the last few years and certainly admire. Bob, things have been going on in baseball, especially around here today. The fact that the ball club is sold. What do you think selling the ball club means to Chicago?
I think you're going to see Mr. DiBartolo spend a lot of money on free agents, Jimmy, and I think if, in fact, he's got $20 million to buy the ball club, he has to have money to buy the types of players that are going to bring us a winner in Chicago.
Well, I think, too, that Harry and I have discussed this, that you've got to have a minor league system where you develop players. The New York ball club has 2 coaches and a manager on every minor league club. They are leading in every league they're in, so this is going to be vitally important, too.
No doubt, Jim, and we've seen some impressive players come up here to the White Sox, but we've got to improve the system, and I think this is a real break for the fans. I know I was out tonight before the game talking to some of the fans, and some of the fans were very upset at the thought that Bill Veeck was leaving, but most people were quite happy to see Mr. DiBartolo purchase the ball club.
Watch the fireworks for a minute. The way Jake dances. We'll be right back with Bob Greenberg right after this message.
I'd like to discover a great car priced under $5,500.
Discover these great Toyotas and a whole lot more sticker priced under $5,500. It's your Toyota dealers Discover.